May mga nangyaring improvements naman over our previous games.
But before we head on to our draft, let's meet muna etong Cignalultra with their Baldi Ballin lineup. You have Imba DJ, Chujin, Rhea, Bensanity, Hades, and Yebmeister.
So itong team na to definitely showed up last week. It was not the solid victory, pero they were able to really make the house rock with hindi lang consistent, consecutive pala na Lord steals mula kay Tsujin on that Balmond. So talagang mainit pa rin, and Cignalultra showing na they are not pushovers in this bracket for sure.
Kung titignan mo kasi yung posing dito ni Chujin, parang handang-handa talaga siya mag-basketball. Pero bago ang lahat, scan nyo yung QR code dyan sa taas. If you guys like Cignalultra, they need all your support, and this is going to be an important match for them kasi kung sino man ang manalo dito, sila yung aangat dito sa 4th spot. So, ibig sabihin, for both of these teams, this could mean yung momentum nila, and this could really mean yung makukuha nila yung 5th spot. And you wouldn't really want that if ikaw ay fan ng BSB or ikaw ay fan ng Cignalultra.
Yep, so we're still waiting and hoping that changes are going to happen between these two teams, because obviously Cignalultra is the one that has been adapting a lot to all the pressure that's being thrown their way. So I'm super surprised that Cignalultra is actually at this point on the KDA, kasi I feel like they should be higher. Hindi ko alam bakit Feel ko dapat mas taas yung KDA nila compared here, because they are losing games, pero they are losing them in a very close way. Malapit lang.
There are times na nagkakaroon ng struggle talaga yung Cignalultra. They did admit na nagkaroon sila ng paghihirap nung dumating yung 10-ban setup na tinatawag sa atin dito. So, Cignalultra dito, I'm pretty sure that they really just want to, just get back on the track kasi nakuha na din naman nila yung wins na kailangan nila. But then again, there is this BSB threat impending para dito sa side ng Cignalultra kasi nga nagbago na yung setup natin ngayon sa 10-ban setup, and the 6-ban setup is yung first time na nag-meet sila. But hindi to first time na may-meet yung Shinbu, and Shinbu will run us through yung mga important details and matchups dito sa game na to. Shinbu, ikaw na bala.
Maraming salamat mga kagalang-galang na casters. This is Cignalultra versus BSB. There's a lot of question on the running standings ng mga teams na to. Like, kumusta ba talaga sila? Are they good? Or how are they playing, right? Parang gaano nga ba talaga sila kalakas compared doon sa mga household names natin dito sa MPL? Cignalultra is actually a household name, but this is a new lineup kumpara doon sa parang nakasanayan o kinagisnan na Cignalultra lineup in the form of Dixania, Yaku back then, even sila Ison, yung lumang Cignalultra. And there was hype of them coming back in this MPL. Pero nung na-introduce yung 10-ban system, medyo nahirapan yung Cignalultra in finding the groove for that one. Whereas BSB, they sit actually at the bottom, still at one of the teams na nasa bottom ng ating regular season. Pero alam mo yun, sila yung team na parang nasa bottom nga, pero may laban di ba? So, anyway, silipin natin ang ating head-to-head. We got our head-to-head here at makikita nyo nga po na hindi ganun kasadlak yung BSB talaga. Marami silang series, marami silang mga laban that actually was well fought, And we have a very erratic running head-to-head stats dito that goes in favor syempre ng BSB for the most part. Whereas ang nakuha lamang din ng signal doon ay ang Lord's Lane per game, which I think is more of a resultant stat, Medyo hindi siya ganun ka-indicative at hindi naman nagkakalayo yung dalawang yon, and even turrets destroyed per game. The biggest outlier po dito is that turtle slain per game. First blood count depende. Unless it is like a total gap, a very big gap between that first blood count. Siguro pwede nating makarakterize ang isang team talaga that they love taking the first blood. But average kills per game, they are equal. In the KDA average, they are almost equal. Team damage per minute and even average game score. This is a series of which I will call na pwede sabihin nating malapit, close fight, bago pa man tayo magtungo sa mismong laban natin. Now onto the player head-to-head, we will be looking into the captains. Cap 1 versus Imba DJ, Both are playing the support position, one being the utility support position 4 and one being the tank support position 5, kaibigan. And their unique heroes, their pool although nasa kalahatian na tayo ng MPL, and if you are a support, no? Lalo pa nasa team kayo na parang hindi ganun ka super performing tulad ng Brand. No surprise ang pagkakaroon ng ganitong unique heroes news. Na 10, 11, well, ayan mga kaibigan, there is an MVP count onto the Imba DJ and clearly is still the obvious threat mula sa side dito ng Cignalultra. For the running KDA, Imba DJ also has the advantage that comes to no surprise din kasi ang ginagamit niya rin naman talaga ay utility support. The biggest question is actually, because of these two teams, takes heavy instructions din mula kay Cap1 at mula kay Imba DJ. So siguro hindi man kita dito sa stats natin, the main headline of this player head-to-head is of how these two captains will really call out, will really make the shots, call the shots rather, para sa kanilang mga teams. And maybe let's see kung ano na, maganda maging sitwasyon nila. Makakuha sila siguro ng magandang 2-0 dito kasi second half na tayo, and I would dare say na dito sa regular season natin, bawat puntos ay sobrang importante na. Ito na, mga kaibigan, I just want to mention by the way that BSB got their very first series win na rin against Blue Fire. So, 2-0 kaagad yun. It was a nice boost para sa kanilang puntos. And within that group, malaking panghabol yun. Malaking panghabol yun. Lalo na sa team na binubuntutan nila. So, there is that threat na what if for the first time malagpasan tayo ng BSB. Pwede yung pag-alalahanin din ng Cignalultra. Pero talaga malalaman lang rin natin yan pag nasa laban na po tayo. So, di ko na patatagalin to. Pasin na natin sa ating mga casters. Kayo naman.
And kami naman nga, actually kanina pa kami, at kanina ka pa din, Jinbu. Maraming salamat for that analysis. And you know what? It's all about this certain bangin. Di, parang nasa bangin sila ngayon.
Okay.
Na pwede silang mapunta doon sa 5th slot.
That's scary.
Para silang na 6 points and they can actually pull over one another dito at malagay yung isa doon sa pang bottom slot. And for a team, yan yung pinaka-ayaw mo mangyari sa isang group. Na nandun ka sa ilalim kasi kung sino man yung nasa 5th slot at the end of the regular season, they're the ones who's gonna get knocked out of the playoffs. So, you wouldn't really want that. And for both of these teams, they are really good teams. It's just that nagkaroon sila ng onting problema. Nagkaroon sila ng mga problems all throughout the season and they could not really convert everything into a win. And at least for them, nare-remedyohan nila yun unti-unti. Cignalultra got the hang of the 10-ban setup. Ito na mga side ng BSB, nakuha na rin nila yung pinakaunang series win nila. So,
finally,
whatever it is na alam mo yun, pumipigil sa kanila to be great, to be excellent at what they're doing, ito na yung oras na pwede nila ipakita sa atin na tapos na kami doon sa mga issues namin na yun. Let's go. Laban na.
Ito na yung tunay na batayan ng aming lakas. Ooh. That's saying something considering that both of these teams are medyo, I would say, not there yet. I would say they're quite not there yet. They have a lot to prove. And the 2-0 dito, napakalaking bagay ng magka 2-0 dito sa matchup na to. So feeling ko, mabilis na 2-0 to for either one of them.
And eto, nakikita mo naman yung BSB dito, they're happy.
They look happy,
tatawanan, hindi sila masyadong nagkukulitan. Nagkukulitan sila dito. Yung side pala ng Cignalultra, yun yung nagkakaroon ng onting kalmado movements. And alam naman natin, Cignalultra, kalmado lang talaga sila.
Ever since they started, hindi ko pa sila nakita talagang nag-celebrate ng malaki. They haven't actually, I haven't seen them like super, yung tawag doon? Super lively, joyful. Walang ganun eh.
Mga ganung ideas.
It's always business as usual dito para sa Cignal, which is a very intense way to look at the tournament, di ba? It's fun to see that sa tournament na to, merong mga sobrang happy-go-lucky. Meron din mga sobrang panggit-gitan. No?
There are some, sabihin natin, external factors that actually take place into this game, ladies and gentlemen. And you really have to notice kung paano gumalaw yung mga teams dito. I think they are in a full potential to, just take this series away 2-0. Pero kapag ganun kasi, they're rearing at it and talagang gigil sila, this might go to another game number 3.
Possibly.
For Blacklist International kanina and for NXP Solid,
NXP,
you really have to look at the idea na umabot tayo hanggang Game 3. And those are very long games. And I feel that Signal, Ultra, and BSB, it has the same potential to be that way. Kasi yung mga heroes or yung mga playstyle nito mga team na to, alam mo yun, safe but calculated.
Yep. Especially Signal Ultra. Mas safe sila in terms of going for those slow but sure methods of taking down your targets, specifically on the objectives. BSB not so much. BSB seems more explosive for me than Signal Ultra in certain scenarios, pero mas late game din sila. And naging problema nga ng BSB ever since is yung sakit nila na hindi din sila makapag-close ng games ng mabilisan. Like, they can get the lead early on. Kaya nilang kumuha ng lead ng maaga. Pero para matapos yung larong yun, usually umaabot talaga tayo 18 minutes or 15 minutes for them to have a solid, convincing win. That was not the case, syempre, nung kalaban nila yung Blue Fire. Pero ibang kwento kasi ang Blue Fire sa sa Signal eh.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, stats-based lang tayo dito. If you would look at the stats, malayo ang performance ng Signal papunta dun sa may Blue Fire. I know Blue Fire did show signs of life yesterday.
Yep.
But still, they kind of fell short. So, stats-wise, I think correct, Rockhart. Signal Ultra, malayo talaga. But, you know what, for the side of BSB, kahit Blue Fire pa yan, kahit Signal Ultra pa yan, or kahit kung sino man team pa yan, they cannot underestimate anyone at this point. Diba?
For sure.
So, kailangan you have to take every team in an equal level na hindi mo sila titingalain masyado at hindi mo rin silang titingnan pababa.
That's true. And we are here on the draft, by the way, where we have seen a lot of off-lane bans out, as well as the support. Surprised by the Yi Shin ban. Itong pick na to ay hindi pinansin buong series kanina. And I think yesterday it was not noticed as much as well. So Yi Shin starting to fall off favor. Pero it's going to be on the first rotation ban for Signal, which means mataas ang tingin din nila sa galawan ni Drix dito sa YSS.
Signal Ultra, what are they gonna go for? Tingin ko kasi laging maganda mag-start with the Farsa para kay Imba DJ.
Especially when it's open like this.
Si Imba DJ, I know that he's probably happy with this. Pero kasi pwede naman nila bigyan ng less priority dito si Imba DJ. Kung isipin mo, pwede siyang ilagay sa pinakadulo and it's fine. Madami pa rin magagamit si Imba DJ. Meron pa rin Luyi, meron pa rin Kagura, meron pa rin Changyo kung gusto niya dun sa may second and third pick nila. For the side naman ng BSB, I think mag-a-adjust na sila dito. If they can get a Farsa, they will get a Farsa. Pero ang iniisip ko talaga sa kanila is a Tams and a Cho. Kasi as sabihin na lang natin, katulad ng side netong NXP Solid, gumagamit din sila ng offlane na Cho. Alam mo yun, yung fighter Cho. So, it's going to be a Yuzhong.
Yep, Tams is banned out. So Yuzhong going to be the biggest priority here in this matchup. And that means open ang Farsa natin for BSB. I don't think they're gonna hesitate anymore in picking that up unless Khalid is going to be their priority, which is
Khalid Cho?
Feels unlikely, pero Khalid and Cho would be a good option. Pero ang weird na iwan nila yung Farsa knowing the history nitong si Imba DJ sa hero na yun.
Ako kasi naniniwala ako kapag merong Yuzhong, kailangan mag-ingat ka pagka kumuha ka ng Farsa. Ang dali kasi pumunta sa backline at ang dali abutin ng Farsa.
That's the reason why they picked it up as well. Like, aside from the fact na talagang napaka-balance din ni Yuzhong ngayon.
And they go for the Khalid. Farsa and the Khalid, formidable setup. So that means the Cho will go to the side of Signal Ultra if they want to.
Cho lower on priority apparently for this matchup. Interesting, no?
I mean, Khalid, Farsa, Yuzhong, may expect mo na talagang kukunin na. And usually kasi you don't see yung Yi Shin at saka yung Valir na ban.
Yeah, it's very,
diba?
Napaka-off nung nung Yi Shin ban na yun.
Parang alam mo yun, yung Farsa and yung Khalid, sila usually nababan. Or kahit sabihin natin yung Khalid hindi masyado nababan, yung Farsa kasi, yung isang nakaipit doon. So, pretty balanced setup for both of the teams dito. Signal Ultra, are they gonna go for the Cho? That is the question. They can actually go for it. Cho and Chang'o, I'm guessing?
Pwede din actually. Pero yung Chang'o maybe can be left for a later pick and they want to pick it up right away.
Cho and Chang'o.
Napakaaga. Good call, by the way. And now, this Chang it has no possibility of being banned out. The reason picking the Chang obviously is to be able to reach para may pangsabay ka dun sa super long range feathered airstrike ng Farsa na to. And now they will need to think of a way to keep this down. So Milalita kanina nagandahan ako doon. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick it up, pero it's not historically used by BSB anyway. So
I think for the side of BSB, you really have to ban out etong thumbs. You really have to ban out etong mga heroes sila like Valir, Yi Sun Shin, kasi meron silang 50% win rate for both of these heroes. So, I think for 50% for BSB kasi, kahit sabihin mo 50% lang yon, those are the matches na napanalo nila.
And these are comfort heroes for these players.
Pero si Drex nakuha niya naman yung kanyang Ling. And I think he's happy with that. Although he needs to look out for that show lang din talaga. So, a lot of possibilities and a lot of things going on here for both of the draft. Kung paano sila mag-set up for the next set of bans. Let's see. Alice dito is going to be the ban for the side of BSB. Cignalultra, what are they aiming for?
Yeah. I think impactful kasi din talaga yung Alice overall in not just their games but games of the previous teams as well. And I'm sure they saw how well, as long as you can pilot the Alice well, maganda yung maging epekto sa lineup nyo. So banning it out is actually very, very much indicated, especially against a team like Cignalultra who has used it almost entirely as well. So Kufra ban is a bit surprising. I don't know. It's a Capon plays Kufra. Capon plays Kufra, but not very well in my recollection.
Ako iniisip ko maglalance na kasi dito yung Signal. Kung yan ay sineset up nila.
If the Kufra does mean like removing the Kufra, ang sarap mag-lance pag walang Kufra, diba? So BSB, most likely BSB baban ba nila yung lance? Yun yung tanong. Kasi it's a takeaway na yun. Okay,
they go ban more Harit.
Ito kasi yung medyo parang substitute ng Signal,
okay,
di ba?
Okay.
Pag may yan yung sub nila if ever they wanna go for something like a hyper carry, kung hindi magla-lance si Hades, alam mo na mag-Harit yan.
Pero kasi maganda din yung setup nila na yung lance makukuha pa rin dito na side ng Cignalultra.
Oo naman.
So it's either of the two. So na-setup nila yung sarili na mas maayos dito.
They will get it, obviously. Kasi imposible namang ma-pick yun, di ba? Hindi man gagawin ng BSB. And so that's gonna be a Lancelot pick for sure, I think.
And it's going to be a backshot.
Unless gagayahin nila yung NXP kanina, nag-carry pa. I don't know.
I mean, it's a possibility.
I like the idea na ma-open yung mga marksman natin, even the Claude, which nagamit din naman, I think, it will be usable. I think the Claude is gonna be usable here, pero most likely, Lancelot, no?
Possibility. So, no hyper region hero here for the side of Cignalultra. Nakuha yung back siya dito sa side ng BSB.
Yeah, parang kinuha lang yata niya itong
just to stop anything.
Panggulo lang eh.
Panggulo and just,
back siya na to.
Get this certain high level regeneration hero dito for the side of Cignalultra. Kasi feeling ko pwede naman sila mag-Rafaela dito for the side of Imba DJ. Not really Imba DJ na, but they could actually go for it, and they Roger and the Johan, they go for it. It's a good way to answer etong sila Khalid.
That's true.
Like sabihin natin dito percentage based din kasi yung nagagawang damage netong Johed. So as long as nasa harap dito si Baksha and si Khalid, they can't really bully him out kasi every time na natatamaan ni Johed yung mga heroes dito for the side of BSB na tanky, palaki na palaki yung damage. So you don't really want to be on the other side of that.
It's interesting kasi isa din they go for the Roger instead, which is a bit of a slower an early to mid game centric na hero. So hindi nila papatagalin to, and the last pick for BSB looks like it's gonna be a solid one. They're gonna be picking up the Akai kontra sa Choke, kontra sa Roger at kontra na din sa Yuzhong. It's an all-in pick, to be honest. So,
1, 2, 3.
It's
1, 2, 3, ultra.
Taas naman ng energy nun. Naano ako sa energy nun, naingit ako
Hindi, yung energy kasi, pre.
Ano yun?
Medyo
Mamaya.
Medyo nag-recuperate pa kasi tayo sa
Hindi.
sa datingan nung nangyari nung
Siyempre,
game
sila. Parang medyo...
Well, that is true. But, you know what? Sabi nga dito ni Cignalultra, kalmado.
Calm and collected.
Calm and collected.
Save it for the game.
Alam mo yung yung aggression ni save mo sa game, pero sa totoong buhay, kalmado ka lang. And minsan, mas nakakapag-isip ka na sa ganung paraan eh.
That's true. That's probably the way that this team likes to play, no? Itong Cignalultra more of may wala lang, may nakitang kamukha ni Rhea eh. Sino naisip mo pag nakatingin kay Rhea dito sa ganitong angulo? Wala, sige.
Wala naman.
Okay,
Hindi, baka mamaya mahanap natin.
Baka
mamaya mahanap natin. Pero si iba DJ daw kamukha ni Tenorio.
Oo, totoo yun. Siya na mismo nagsabi nun eh. Siya na mismo, galing na sa kanila mismo yan eh. So, anyway, we are here into first game for Cignalultra laban sa BSB. Let's go for a very, very early... Oh, ito. Siga agad si Imba DJ. Ayan, nakinig yan.
So, it's Ana. Sorry. Medyo tumamay pa ako dun sa...
Easy.
Okay. Nagkabatuhan dito. Kapuan. Matatakbo lang si Kapuan. Wala naman siyang... hindi naman siya masasaktan dyan in any way. But look at this. 2 masks onto the side here of BSB. And alam nila si Baksha kasi dito will have a hard time in a way sa katapat niya. Ngayon kasi medyo hindi pa siya nako-contest, pero sabi din ng Cignalultra, let's go for a 4-man invade. And Bensanity and the others, talagang kinukulit nila dito. Pero Trevor onto the backlines. Tignan natin dito kung papaano nila susubukan agawin talaga tong side ng purple buff for for Cignalultra, pero it's not looking great on their side as well. Nakaikot na din dito sila Wilson, while si Tsujin, no reaction. NR.
Yep. Inaabuso ng BSB ngayon yung kawalan ng ultimate pa ni Imba DJ. Hindi pa siya talagang makakasali sa mga team fight just with the first and the second. Kaya alam nila na kaya nilang mangmama dun sa puntong yun. Kaya sila lumaban.
Pero
and successful naman.
Si Tsujin dito, hindi din siya umalis eh. Kasi alam ni Tsujin na at this point, kailangan niya lang yung level 4 niya. And once sumating yung level 4 niya, lahat ng rotations, lahat ng reactions, magagawa niya na as long as meron siya ng ultimate.
Yeah, as long as they don't die as well. Okay lang naman sa as long as they don't die right away, yung mga big carry na to, sa kanila okay lang yan. So they are going to take their time. And for now, the gold will be equal.
BSB on the other hand, hindi pa din kasi level 3 dito si Ana. So mamaya din nila makikita yung capability ng team fight netong side nila. Cap 1 din with 2 assists. I think it's one of... Actually, yan yung isa sa mga best start for an Akai.
And of course, hindi lang sa Akai, same na din dun kay Baksha. Kasi both got 2 assists on that one, in that engagement. And
sila yung dalawang may mask.
They have the mask. I'm not sure if dapat balance. Dapat talaga isa dun medyo lower, no? Pero for sure, maayos naman yan later. Pero
I mean, mas lower naman dito yung kay Akai for certain kasi nakakuha na din ng minion wave etong si Baksha.
Tama yun.
Diba?
Tama yun.
So, there is a division of economy naman na tinatawag for
para gana agad yung mask, no?
Heroes. It's a good thing for BSB na na-set up nila yung sarili nila, na-set up nila yung early game nila, na sila yung may upper hand dito and they just have to hold on to that certain momentum na nakuha nila doon from winning that fight. And alam naman natin na malakas ang early game potential ng BSB.
Totoo yan.
There are just times na, alam mo yun, bigla sila nagkakaroon ng problema into converting it into a win. Kumbaga pang close out ng series yung nagiging problema nila. So, with this on their hands, they are more capable of ending or just closing out this game. Pero kasi yung Cignalultra dito, hindi to yung mga tipong taong nagmamadali eh.
Oh yeah.
Ito yung mga tipong taong nag-aantay ng perfect opportunity. And at times, if you cannot really pressure your enemy at sobrang aggressive mo, yung aggression mo, nagkakaroon ng problema eh. As long as cool, calm, and collected, yung side ng Cignalultra dito, I don't really think that BSB will get an easy win. They can get a win, but it's not going to be easy.
And they will also just have a better time in controlling the lanes pag kalmado lang sila. Hindi sila pumapatol agad sa mga team fight. Hindi sila gumago whenever BSB wants them to go. So BSB is definitely going to be on the driver's seat here. I think for the first few minutes of the game with their lineup na talagang pang maagahan naman talaga.
And this is going to be a fun one, ladies and gentlemen. Inaabangan lang natin dito yung mga level 4 ultimates netong ating mga players, and I think it's going to be a full-blown team fight from there on out. Hades dito, pag-usapan natin tong player na to. Alam mo, ito si Hades, looking at his hero pool right now, yung ling niya, it only has 1 win and 2 losses. 3 times
medyo masakit yun.
Medyo masakit yun. Pero kasi yung nagamit niya yung mga panahon na yun, medyo nag-a-adjust talaga sila.
Yeah.
Sa 10-man setup.
On social media, people keep saying, even though they lost in the recent series, sabi ng social media that Hades was doing great. A lot of the players, a lot of the hindi lang yung players, pati yung mga coaches, they keep saying that this guy is doing good.
And at the same time, Rockhart, ibig sabihin, yung stats na to can be changed anytime. Kaya nilang ayusin to.
For sure.
It's not going to be, sabihin na lang natin, it's not going to be the truth. Kapag nakikita natin to, sabihin natin yung Kufra nila even has 1 win only. But still, they can change it for the better. Yun naman talaga yung nakikita natin dito. So, alam ko may website din tayo for all the stats. I think MPLPH. And you can look at that para makita niyo yung stats na sinasabi namin for that. But, you know what? Sabi nga dito sa ating, yung mga pinag-usapan natin before this series, Ling is going to be a commodity sa series na to.
Tingin ko din. I think both these teams really played the Ling very well. Like, as we said, Hades, not a good win rate, but definitely people can see the potential. Potential nitong taong to sa paglalaro ng Ling.
Ang kailangan mo din kasi isipin dito, kung meron din 1 win dito yung side ni Hades, yung kay Drix din naman, meron din siyang 1 win and 5 losses on it. So,
mabigat din.
They were, kung mapapansin mo yung stats dito ng dalawang team, na binabasa ko sila ngayon, ito talaga yung mga teams na talaga nag-struggle for quite some time.
Yep.
And
both of them naman
Both of them naman were really struggling. Pero nagkaroon tayo dito ng setup na ito yung game nila na para makapag-pull over talaga. And I really like their chances and I hope they show us a good game.
Yep. So for me, I feel like that's what we're hoping for, right? You're just hoping for a good game for these guys. And we want these win rates to go up. You know? We want these win rates to go up.
I mean,
either way.
Ito sasabihin ko sa'yo, marami din silang mga heroes dito na at a 50% win rate or 66.67 win rate. Pero, you know what? It's going to be the Harriet, the Hilda, yung mga pocket picks talaga nila. And you have Yi Sun Shin, Valor dito for the side of BSB na ang taas ng win rate nila. It's one thing to sabihin na lang natin na to expect from their stats, but it's another thing na yung explosiveness ng mga teams. Diba?
Hindi yun naman ang isang bagay na hindi mo masyadong mame-measure. Yung pagka-explosive ng isang team itself. The way that they will play with these heroes. Ang hirap nang basahin lahat ng stats eh. I think from just the way they play and from the way that they interact with each other, dun mo siya makuha.
Yeah, and ito yung mapapansin nyo talaga dito sa team na to. Both of these teams have not really low, but pwede mo siyang sabihin na hindi sila gumagamit masyado ng ibang heroes just because loyalista sila sa kanilang mga strategy.
Ganun ba yun?
Oh, loyal sila sa isang strategy na ginagawa nila. And they have fun with it. Yung Cignalultra, you would see them at times trying to experiment, pero if it doesn't work for them, they go back. They go back to their roots. Yung identity nila into this series or the identity nila into playing the game. And they find success. They find success naman doon. For BSB, yun yung gusto ko sa kanila. Kahit anong nangyari yung mga first few weeks or first few matches nila, they stuck with their own identity.
Yep, they are still keeping at it until now.
Oh, and ang ginagawa nila doon, ang setup nila, sige, yung identity natin andyan na, pero improve. Hindi tayo stagnant
Hindi yung experiment with a new one each and every week, no?
Oh,
Iba kasi yun eh. Yung pag nag-experimento ka ng ibang picks every week eh. Hindi yung...
Sila, ang ginagawa nila, pinapalawak nila yung strategy.
And that's very interesting to know. It's very interesting to see. These are the things na hindi mo naman mapapansin talaga.
Well, if you would see, you could, really just notice these teams. Medyo nag-iinit sila yun. Pero pinag-uusapan nila, pre, ano bang gagawin natin dito? Wilson, sabi niya, Wilson, ikaw, yung lane mo,
talaga naman.
Wilson, kaya ko yan.
Ano ba yan? Lang ba? Teka, tanggal ko muna yung ano ko. Yan.
And alam mo dito, nag-ready na talaga sila. They're waiting to go at it. And Cignalultra dito, hindi na sila nag-uusap eh. Ang ginagawa na lang nila dito, na-designate na nila yung roles nila. Ganito yung gagawin mo, ganito yung gagawin mo.
Hintay na lang nila
tapos,
talaga.
nag-chill na lang sila. Nag-uusap na lang sila siguro unti-unti. But wala na. Kumbaga, na-setup na yan. Hindi na natin babaguhin masyado. And
Gino daw
here
yata eh.
comes the game, I think.
I think they are. Everyone's getting ready to fight. Gigil na to. Pag ako nag-post ng ganyan katagal, gigil din ako pagbalik eh. So, lalaban na to. And here we go, mga kaibigan.
BSB versus Cignalultra. We did have a pause, but right now, let's head back into the game. Trevor dito just rolling. And Bensanity dito. Ay, makikita niyo si Trevor dito na gumugulong-gulong. And yun yung tingin ko isang magandang bagay sa Baksha. Na para siyang di ba si Khaled, isa sa mga ways kung bakit, or isa sa mga things kung bakit siya pinipili, is ang dali niyang lumipat-lipat ng lane. Si Baksha ganun din eh. As long as Baksha has his first skill, kaya niyang umikot from one lane to another.
Yeah, mobility is always gonna
be there.
And the same applies to why you would pick the lane all the time. BSB favors that mobility as much as possible. And I would say na it's a smart move. Mobile din, pati yung support nila, pang mobility din eh, yung si Ana on that force.
Pero gusto ko yung gusto ko yung Joe pick na ginawa dito ng Signal. Well, it makes a lot of sense na yung mga frontliners dito ng BSB, gamitan mo sila ng mga homing missiles na yan, and that will put them in a very bad spot. Pero Ana dito getting caught out, look at that. Oh my goodness, Rhea dito with the play, and that puts Cignalultra in front. They can actually just win this fight because hindi na nakagalaw si Ana dito.
Ayan na mangyayari pag na-activate na si Imba DJ, pati na din si Hades. At least sabi ko the moment that Imba DJ gets that ultimate, alam mo na madaming magagawa itong champion na to.
Ipit ata si Imba DJ dito, hindi ito yung hinahanap niya. Hindi ito yung pwestong gusto niya. Pero with the Feathered Airstrike, Bensanity is there. Ayaw din naman nilang ma-ejector palabas or papunta dun sa mga kalaban, and they didn't really have yung information kung nasan yung ibang kalaban nila.
Yep, and it's going to be another big one here for BSB. Gusto nilang bawiin yung nawala nila from that last one. Pero sabi ng Cignalultra, ayaw ko nga. Anong sinasabi mo dyan? We will go and back off and then buy some more time para mag-farm yung aming carry.
And si Drix dito was forced to use the Tempest of Blade. Now, pacing ng game dito, hindi sila... Sabihin na natin, hindi nagmamadali yung both teams. Both teams know that they have the capability to take the turtle in just a bit. Nakuha man ng Cignalultra yung una, pero BSB has a chance to get back at it in just 35 seconds. Clock of Destiny napunta kay Ana. Ang aga ng Clock of Destiny niyan. So, ibig sabihin, yung plus 600 na base HP at base mana, malalagdagan niya ng 300 more pagdating ng 10 minutes, not really 10 minutes, pagdating nung full stacks niya, yung 10 stacks. So, that is really, alam mo yun, value item.
Yeah, and it goes to show na ganun kalaki yung lamang nila sa early game. That what we've been talking about as well earlier.
Cost effectiveness, yun yung sinasabi natin dito. It's not it's the easiest path to take. Elegant gem. Tapos, isang item, then you just build it up, tapos makukuha mo. It's not really that power spike item na hinahanap mo, pero when you get it, at may oras ka talaga para ayusin yon, you could get a lot out of it. Value for value. And meron tayong engagement na nangyayari dito. That is going to be the ejector on Cap 1. Nagamit din sa kanya Unstoppable Force, and Imba DJ dito with the convert. Rhea will go down as well. Drix being at the right place in the right time.
Right place at the right time, my friend. And looks like they will be able to at least palitan man lang, di ba? Palitan man lang for the
palitan.
meantime. Although Cignalultra is going to be ahead by 1,000 gold at the 6-minute mark, I think sa turtle tayo magkakatalo dito. I think yung mga palitang ganito, yung mga bakbakan na left and right, it favors both of these teams. Both of them want to go for the later parts of the game, especially this time BSB. With the help of with this link, 'di ba?
Si Wilson dito, nakuha niya agad yung turret dito sa may top lane.
Yeah.
And that is actually a good move from BSB dito na na-setup nila yan. Pero Cap 1 dito, catching out etong si Johed. And literal na dinaganan siya dito. Imba DJ will get stunned by that sandstorm. And grabe yung grabe yung mga setup nila dito, no? Ito yung sinasabi natin sa BSB, may domino effect silang tinatawag na isa-isa nila kayong hinahanap at parang mga domino kayong tutumba. Isa-isa, pero dire-diretso yun.
Yeah, ang hapdi ni Wilson dun, I was expecting the damage to come from either Drix or Ana, pero si Wilson ang actually tumapos dun sa buhay ni Imba DJ nung huling ikot ng Desert Tornado. So they are actually, may mga surprising factors nang gagaling sa BSB ngayon, and for sure.
And tignan mo yung ginagawang rotation dito sa may taas. Nahuli nila si Ana dito. And that means pwede silang mag-push. Kapag ka merong Farsa sa lane mo,
turtle pa. 10 seconds.
Nakasetup sila ng maayos dito. Cignalultra did a great job. Pero ang tanong dito is paano si setup din pabalik etong BSB. They have the retribution. Nasa kanila yung link. They have potential to actually contest this.
Yep. And no meteor shower for Imba DJ. They could actually have gone for it, pero they decide to just chill. Nagbabato-bato lang, nagwawala. Si Kuya Johed. Si Ben Santi sabi,
Oy, si Rhea dito, nalapitan niya si Drix, ha? And that could be fatal.
Tempest of Blades, not gonna be hitting
Nasipa
anyone,
si Rhea
pero
dito.
nasipa. Naku, sinalo. Parang hindi nagkatugma yung mga skills doon. Pero okay lang, nakuha pa rin nila yung kill na gusto nila.
At habang nangyayari lahat yon, habang nasa attention dito ng BSB boys sa baba, si Rhea, ay natumba dito yung kanilang top turret.
Yup, mid lane naman ang laban for Cignalultra.
Grabe yung push.
Ang bilis mampas ni Hades dito sa Roger na ito with a knock-up as well. Sujin in the middle of everything. Yan, higup lang ng HP ang gagawin niya habang nag-prep yung team niya. Imba DJ waiting for the cooldown. Wants to go for another one, pero looks like back off muna sila.
Hindi nila pinansin yung yung Farsa. Ganon sila ka-dead set sa pagpupush.
Oo.
Ganon sila ka-focus sa push na hindi na nila pinansin yung Farsa doon. Hinayaan na lang nila. Even if sabihin natin niya yung Clock of Destiny is probably gonna peak off in just a bit.
Mamaya pa daw yun. Hindi pa ngayon.
Hindi pa ngayon.
Oo.
So, you really have to take into account na ang ganda na ginagawa ng Signal dito, but BSB, they have a lot of potential to turn things around, especially with that Farsa. I think for Ana dito, kailangan niya lang mag-relax. Kailangan niya lang hanapin yung mga pwestong kailangan siya. Feather Airstrike, wala na dito. Pwede na silang lumaban. And this is go time for the side of Cignalultra. BSB, paano nila i-contest to? Wala ng outer turrets dito. Yung kanilang side. Cignalultra, slowly but surely pushing out the waves. Top lane lang yung hindi pwesto para sa kanila, and that's going to be Meteor Shower. Imba DJ na pwersa niya gumamit ng flicker dito si Wilson.
Yup, 9.5 minutes pa lang, kumakatok na agad ang Cignalultra sa gate ng BSB. At I think ang pinaka-notice ko doon ng dahilan is sobrang tagal mag-rotate ni Wilson from the top lane. Like, papunta pa lang siya sa mid lane, ubos na yung teammates niya. And that's probably the reason why sobrang laki ng lamang ng Cignalultra sa exchange na yun.
Hindi rin kasi pwede talaga lumapit masyado sila Wilson, sila Trevor, kasi yung Johed talaga eh.
Johed ang laking problema pala.
Yung Johed yung nagbigay ng problema sa kanila. Kasi sabihin na lang natin, sige, hindi na natin isipin yung homing missiles kasi makunat na sila ngayon. Pero the fact na madidisplace ka niya, pagka na-displace ka niya, ilalagay ka niya sa ibang lugar na mas malalim dun sa mga teammates niya. Ang laking problema nun for the side of, ang laking problema nun for the side nung taong may ejector.
Kahit sabihin mong madaming mobility skills ang BSB at kaya nila siguro makatakas sa isang bato ng Johed, sa isang ejector, iba pa rin pag may nakaabang na doon, na hate na Roger doon. Paano kung may nakaabang na Cho doon sa pwesto? Sige, gamitin mo yung mobility mo, mahabol at masastun ka pa rin. And pwede ka pa rin makalmot ni Hades.
Then again, BSB dito, they can still defend this. Hindi pa tapos to for the
Di
side
pa
of
tapos,
Cignalultra.
di pa tapos.
And look at this, Cap 1 going in with that Hurricane Dance. They take down Roger. That is a good pick-off for the side of BSB. They did a good job delaying this, pero the Lord is right here.
Pupush si Rhea sa top.
Pwede pa silang manalo dito for the side of BSB as long as they stop this onslaught. Rhea dito nasipa. He's gonna get taken down. Wilson naman dito stops the push onto the onto the bottom lane. Middle lane turret will go down. And this is bad for the side of BSB. Nabuksan yung base nila dito ng dalawang turret.
Yep, ubus yung Torre at si Rhea nakakuha pa ng kill sa loob nung lugar nila. And that's gonna be a big problem. Sana may replay mamaya. Pero si Drix gusto agad umagaw ng buffs. Galing lang sila sa depensa mula sa base. Sobrang nakagulat kasi no one was dealing with Rhea for a long time there. And now it's going to be Bensati in the middle of everything. Buti lang, immortality siya makakatakas man for the meantime. Iba DJ, Lucky no Divine Blade. Medyo masakit na. Ang aking Meteor Shower, laban na sabi ni DJ. Pero hindi pa rin siya papatulan ng BSB.
And Hades dito, tignan mo mag-isa na lang siya dito. Literally just using yung retribution ng harapan. Luckily for Drix, nakuha niya yun ng kanyang sariling retribution. So, really
Danger
good.
zone na BSB.
Danger zone.
Oo.
Danger zone ng BSB. Pero hindi to hopeless place.
Tama, tama.
Merong bawi.
May laban pa rin.
May laban pa rin. Tatandaan mo, as long as andyan yung Farsa, may pag-asa, nag-rhyme yun. At meron din tayo ditong Wilson at Drix na kaya mag-clear wave.
Only wave clear yan. Kayang-kaya. Kasama pa syempre si Ana. Right now though, pag nakapitas ng ganyan, feeling ko tumataas lalo ang kanilang pagkakataon na makabawi dito. Bensati gonna get picked off as well. Pero syempre, depensa pa rin ang call para dito sa BSB.
So, Drix dito, tumalo na lang. Sabi ni Drix dito, susubukan kung
Try lang mga retry lang. Pwede naman try lang mga
okay
retry.
lang no? Pero Hades and the others, wala na rin naman silang tinitignan dito na talagang objective dito sa may taas. Well, probably setting up for the Lord. And that's about it.
Yun lang yan. Exactly. So 50 seconds, matagal-tagal pa naman.
Matagal-tagal pa yan.
Aantayin. And habang tumatagal, Sujin nagiging threat na din, no? Ayan, Oracle completed for the Black Dragon. It's going to be a question of, dapat maganda pa rin yung pwestuhan ni Bensati kasi siya yung nagiging panggulo dito sa plano ng BSB.
Kailangan matanggal agad nila dito si Chujin.
Oo.
Hindi dapat makalapit si Chujin kay Ana. Yun yung
That's the point. Yep.
Role or yun yung dapat gawin ng BSB dito in just securing yung kanilang pag-def sa base. So,
talagang nililipad kasi ni Chujin si Ana, no? Sa likod.
Talaga. Kasi yun naman yung trabaho
That's the
niya.
point
Kasi kapag nawala yung feathered airstrike, parang nawalan din kayo ng isang hero nun sa totoo lang.
Laking bagay nun.
Laking
Yan.
bagay na nun. Yan. Pagka nagamit
Pag nawala
agad,
si Ben dito,
makikita nyo, tatalo na si Chujin.
tiyan
And to, lilipakin niya na si Ana. And
Nasa
that
likod
is
lang,
going to be a big problem para kay Ana kasi
Babalik pa
wala
rin.
na siyang ulti.
Wala siyang pagtulong sa bawas. Kasi na-cancel na yung feathered airstrike.
And Wave the Dragon is there. Jit Kondo, he was trying to get a better target pero sabi niya, sige, ito na lang. But eto na, Wilson and the others, they're trying to def. Drix right here doing his best pero Cignalultra secure.